The Chartered Management Institute is actually a big membership body representing managers and leaders across the UK. There's 81,000 members, some of them majority in the UK and a few from overseas. The organisation of the Chartered Management Institute is changing and developing all the time. We have just gone through quite a big review of where we're heading over the next 5 years, and we've put strategic investments in place in our membership proposition. Absolutely key to get that right. We're looking at how we can add value to employers, and we're looking at our whole IT platform in terms of how that supports us as a business and how it supports the members. We're going to try to get many more people using proper standards in the way they develop themselves and the way their companies develop them to become the kinds of managers and leaders we need as a country. And so we're going for growth. We're going out there, we're promoting what we do, and we're looking to make the value of what we do very apparent to people by helping them to measure how it helps them. Our current membership is a really diverse mix. People at the first level of management all the way through to the board directors and the chief executives. I think that's good. We try to get dialogue going. We try to get the role model leaders to actually show what they've done to get where they are. And that is inspirational for some of the younger managers and leaders coming on. And increasingly we want to be right across the UK economy. So wherever you go, you'd see those letters, the CMI, and you'd know that that stood for a well-managed, well-led organisation. We're relevant in the public sector, which is going through massive change. We're also very relevant in the private sector, where risk management, financial management, the issues of how you deliver more with less are absolutely paramount. I think the deliverables to the members currently are composed of many things, and they can choose from a whole mix of offer. Some of them come to us for a qualification. They want to get their level 2, their level 3. They may want to become a chartered manager, and we are the only awarding body for chartered manager. And increasingly what we want to do is position that as being part of something that you would do if you want to go on to becoming a director of organisations. So chartered manager is very significant. I think the other things we offer are really very much around networking. So there will be lots of networks you can join. There's a women's network, there's regional networks, there are professional networks, and online now we have something called Management Direct, where you can access different professionals who can help you with your development journey. We have 2 sites. We have a site up in Corby, a fantastic training facility up there. We also have our head office here. We have access to ministers. We have access to a huge range of people who've joined the organisation as companions. And these are people out of volunteers who come and talk at our events, who inspire, who want to lead, and who want to create the next generation of leaders and managers. And we have our members, a very big resource. They're out there in the regions, as I speak, beavering away, doing their jobs, but also learning from that and actually contributing to our practice standards. So I think we have a rich array of academic and practical and knowledge-based learning which we can make available. And I think at the minute, that's a resource we should really tap into. The role we're actually recruiting for is the Director of Finance and Administration, which is an absolutely pivotal role, because without the money, the people, the IT and the administration, we can't deliver a first-class quality service to our clients. And particularly at a time of growth, we need to invest wisely in those things that will bring back the opportunity to reinvest and reinvest again in the quality of service we want. So, looking after the money, not being profligate, investing it wisely, answering to the trustees on those issues, as well as to me and the executive team, is a key part of this role. And so I want someone who can build confidence and win that confidence early. I want a team player who would talk to the directors about their financial headaches and actually talk to them about options they have. And I want someone who'll be proactive, come to me with issues. I don't want to find out down the track that we've got a big hole in the budget. I want to hear from the finance director. There's the potential that we may, if we don't do this or that, get a hole in the budget. And I suppose most of all, I want the security of knowing that this person really knows their business, really understands finance, and is not going to come to me and say, by the way, I need to go on a course. I want someone who's already very proficient at financial management. Well, I don't think this is a job for a straightforward bean counter. It's clearly more complex than that. I want someone who can equally move across those disciplines, IT, finance, HR, the facilities area, and to have had that mix of experience in their backgrounds. They can have worked in whichever sector they like, it doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is somebody with serious competence and who can manage upwards as well as downwards, because there is a board of trustees, and that relationship between the executive arm and the Board of Trustees is an absolutely key one. And I want someone who can be very adept at the politics with a small p of that, and also just making sure our systems are very crystal clear, very visible, very fair, and that they're in the public eye, and we wouldn't have a problem with that. I think in terms of being a membership organisation, the skill set that I would see that draws on very heavily is the ability to engage and work with volunteers. So, you know, we have many more volunteers than we have staff. So how do we draw upon that resource pool and how do we use it effectively? And at the most senior end, those volunteers are on our committees and they're on the board. So how do we maintain a proactive dialogue with those people such that they feel involved, engaged and committed, and we're making the best use of their skills? I think in the first instance, the success of this candidate will be, first of all, getting a grip of the plan. We've just set a plan for 5 years and we've set a plan for 1 year. And again, what I want is someone who can quickly get up to speed with what's in it and what are the challenges. And then to be sitting back with me after 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, saying, these are the challenges as I see them. These are some of the issues we've got in terms of funding the plan. And really being proactive, sitting down with me, coming to each director team meeting with a synopsis of where we are and where we're going, where the issues and what are the corrective actions that we need to take. So that's kind of a very hands-on, but nevertheless quite a strategic role. I think the other things I'd like to see is a quick understanding of where we're going with IT, a review of that department, how it's working, how we can get better value from our IT investment. And equally within the HR area, I think it's looking at what do we need to do to become a best employer. We do need extremely good financial management skills. I want someone who can demonstrate and will have demonstrated those skills in a previous job. I want someone who can identify risk and mitigate risk, two different things. And I want someone who will work on every number with the team to make sure that we have a realistic chance of delivery and that we're actually managing the budget properly, using every last penny we've got to maximise the return for the Institute.